I'm now joining the motorway at Frascinetto, and I spoke before of wonderful sea views from the motorway, and now we've got, I think, pretty wonderful mountain views, and there's also a bit of snow as well, which you can see when I turn the car around, possibly. I know I've just joined the motorway, but I'm going to have to stop already because I have some urgent business to take care of in the rear of the vehicle, so I'm afraid I'm going to have to stop and do that. I've got a film from here, which I did in December, though the weather wasn't so good then. To my left is the town of Castrovillari, which is a very nice place to visit. Really, really lovely place. I was very pleased with my visit there. And here I find that this area, the Pollino, is an area I really would like to know much better. It's not known very well. It's not known very well in Italy either. And I've been talking to people involved in the tourist business, and they say that there's very few Italians coming here. The Italian Alpine Association, or it's called something like that, I can't quite recall what it is, has a lodge here, and it's used very infrequently, so it shows I think there's a huge potential that's not at all being reached in this really very, very attractive region. I'm even going to go as far as this and say I think this is one of the most attractive areas of Italy, and if I'd certainly much rather come here and go to the Alps, for example, although of course the Alps are much closer than you're particularly driving there. There's places in the Serra Mountains which are lower than here, the Pollino range, but you can get to the sea so quickly. I mean, the sea's only about, it's less than 40 kilometres from where I am now, and that's by car, not as the bird flies, the crow flies. So there's a huge amount of potential here, I think. Just not being, it's not being used. The place which is here on the right, which is called Mormanno, is I went there at night. I haven't seen the film yet, but I've got a feeling the film might have come out badly. But it looks a really very nice place. Wonderful tourism possibilities here, as I just mentioned. Speed limit here is 60 kilometers an hour. In Switzerland, to be quite honest. I mean, there's some lovely roads in Switzerland as well, but I don't think it's as attractive as this. castle at the top of the hill.
On the right is the turn off for Campo Tenese. In March 1806 there was a Napoleonic battle there between the forces of Napoleon and those of the Kingdom of Naples, which was a massive defeat for the Kingdom of Naples. The battle itself was fought somewhere to the left of here, so it's not quite visible. What happened was the Kingdom of Naples had it had an agreement with Napoleon, but which it went back and it allied itself once more with Austria, Russia and the United Kingdom. And after the defeat of the Russians at Austerlitz in December, 2nd December 1805, and Napoleon sent forces here south, and the Kingdom of Naples was in no condition to actually stop them, and it even abandoned its capital in retreating. And an attempt was made to make a stand here, which was heavily defeated by the French. The French then advanced to the south of Calabria. Some of the Neapolitan troops were evacuated to Sicily by the Royal Navy, but not many. Most of them just, well, I hesitate to use the word deserted, but they just decided to go back home, which is fair enough in the circumstances. Planting season was coming along. I think they really needed to look after themselves rather than the politics of the King of Naples. Having said all that, the policy of the French occupation was so hard that it drove many people into partisan-type warfare. The area was already poor, having suffered badly from the earthquakes of 1783, okay, it was 23 years earlier. But it hadn't recovered. It wasn't like today when it recovered relatively quickly. There were still whole villages destroyed, infrastructure not having been repaired and all the rest of it. This would have had a very bad effect on the economy of the area. So a more liberal regime was probably that which was called for. I think the French realised the error of their ways and tried to install a more liberal regime, but it didn't really work. The Kingdom of Naples came back after the fall of Napoleon and lasted until Garibaldi destroyed it in 1862. Turn off for Mormanno, which I think is an Albanian place where Albanians live, or people of Albanian origin and Albanian ethnic group. There's quite a number of places like that here.